Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back after a 1 week vacation. I hope you guys enjoyed IEM. We certainly did, but we all kind of went on vacay for like a week, so we're pretty out of touch, but I think we're all caught up. So anyways, let me explain a little bit about how we usually do things around here. So we watch each game every week, and then, we point out the interesting games, and then maybe I can come up with some very interesting, some sort of interesting intro to, start of the podcast. I was actually watching the G2 versus Giants game, and G2 actually got held to everyone below 20 points, which I cannot believe is actually happening. And I was gonna say something smart about like, oh wow, Giant probably won like a bunch of people their weeks because they actually held G2 to no points. And then NALCS happened.
Dude.
And if
NALCS is like a fucking clown fiesta.
yeah, I mean, before we were using the word clown fiesta because it's like dank memes and all that kind of stuff, and we're kind of using it ironically, but holy crap, NALCS is actually very interesting to say at least. I'm sorry, Dignitas. It must be very heartbreaking, and I really don't know how they feel about it, but, too bad there's no tanking system, or Dignitas are very good tankers. But you know what? We'll get into it later on in the podcast, so let's just get underway. So once again, my name is Max. I'm your resident scrub lord, I guess, because I'm a crappy player and I suck at League of Legends. That's why I'm talking about LCS instead, because I don't actually have to play. But even then, I suck at Fantasy LCS too. Alright, next person.
Okay, I'm Randy. This is my first year of doing Fantasy LCS. I had a rough start, but I'm starting to make a comeback. I'm also pretty bad at League of Legends. I'm at that bronze elo like a boss.
Alright, I'm
Bronze
Dan.
favorite color.
My main position is fill. I just fill and feed every lane as good as I can, so that's what I do. But basically, welcome to the All-In Fantasy LCS podcast. We're pretty much going to recap every week of the LCS, make prediction for upcoming LCS weeks, and also talk about our own All-In Fantasy LCS League at the end of the podcast. So if you do want to skip ahead to any part of the video to a specific segment, you can always click on this side over here. I'm going to have annotations. And if you want to watch some of our previous videos, you can click all the way over to the left over here above Randy's head. And if you want to subscribe to our button, the button's down here under me, and you'll see that there. You just click there, and you're all good to go.
We say this all the time that our podcast is very focused on the kind of case study aspect of things, and we kind of use our own fantasy league as like a benchmark on we talk about our gambles, what we think, our predictions, and see everything play out. So if you actually want to follow along with our All-In Fantasy League, there is a link probably somewhere in the description box, and there's probably some sort of annotation somewhere for you to follow along. Then, it does put a good annotation and a good backdrop onto, decisions we're making, why we're gambling here or there, why we're picking up Yellow Star, why did we drop Casting or something. So yeah, I think it'd be, it's probably good for you to follow along with us. And so it will take you to our recaps, and without further ado, let's see what happened with top 8. Let's start off with, what position do we want to start with in terms of recap?
We're doing top 10, actually.
We have someone who's fashionably late.
There we go.
Alright, there we go.
Oops.
Zisha.
Yeah.
Self-introduction.
I just came back from a drug bust. What else? What else do you want me to say?
This is Zisha, and he just came back.
Talk about yourself, not what you do.
Talk about myself. All right. I'm a bronze shitter who is starting to play rank this what's it called, season.
Oh shit!
Did you really?
Zisha's getting into
Yeah.
the
We all say we're bronze, but none of us are actually actual bronze.
Wait, look at my account. You'll see it's
I
bronze.
was bronze in one of the seasons.
Because we're bronze 5, our stupid rank team was
If
bronze
you
5.
search up my name for CV Smurf, You can see.
Whatever,
Bronze
that
2,
that
baby.
account gets
Bronze
casted
2.
out like a dirty prostitute anyways.
Hey, bronze 2. It is what it is.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. LCS, boys. LCS.
Yeah, so LCS recap. We're gonna change things around this week. In the past, we have been reviewing every single game, giving you the highlights of all the players, the good teams, and everything like that. It took way too damn long. We understand it was like 2 hours, so we're gonna do something a lot quicker this time, and it's probably gonna be better for you guys because you guys know exactly who matters and who doesn't. So, as you guys can see, there's a chart here. We're pretty much doing the top 10 of every single position. We're going to start with top 10 teams for week 8. First, the best team last week. If you guys had this team in your lineup for whatever fucking reason, please send us link to your screenshot below to your league. I want to see how your team is so bad that you even have Dignitas in your lineup in the first place. But they did really well.
Does the dirty hobo have Dignitas?
No, they have Splice.
Maybe someone out there just has ridiculous amounts of faith.
Yeah. So basically, like Dignitas, the first game that they had, they played against Echo Fox.
Oh my god.
What do you guys have to say about this game, man?
Well, it's more Froggen than it is Dignitas, because I don't know what it is with Froggen, but somehow any team he plays on just turtles till season 7. And yeah, they just played it really safe. You know, people bitch about death timers all the time, but it's not even death timer this time. The game went on for like 75 minutes, so I don't know. I'm guessing it's always
like Dignitas doesn't know how to finish games. Like
I don't know what they could have done. Are they like bad at initiating team fights?
No, they're not, because they were winning the team fights. They managed to get 7 Barons. I mean, sorry, 7 Dragons, 4 Barons. They're dominating the turrets. So they were like clearly
They were
winning the games.
until they lost.
Yeah,
But then once they got
coasted.
their Barons, they got their Dragon 5s, and then they decided to continue split pushing. What the fuck? Just end the damn game. Jesus.
I don't even know.
I told you
but,
guys. They're Denny's, yo. They never close.
They deserve to be relegated. That's all I'm saying.
Counterparts. Not that many Denny's here.
Dignitas deserves to be relegated.
For those American viewers.
Yeah.
For those Canadian viewers, I guess it's like Tim Hortons.
So like, even the game against the Immortals.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. If Dignitas won, they would have gotten 29 points. Not that 27 points wasn't impressive, but they would have gotten 29 points.
That's still like, there's no other team that scored 27
realized
points.
this was.
Yeah, is this like an LCS record?
Too much.
This has got to be an LCS record.
Yeah, and like even
Alright,
against
Immortals?
the Immortals, they played really well against the Immortals too. They were pretty much dominating the entire game, and then they just can't seem to close, and they threw at the end. So, but I mean, all in all, for the
It's
entire
Immortals.
week, they had 42 points altogether, and they came up as the #1 team last week. Second
That's
best team.
unprecedented.
Second best team, we had G2 Esports. Do you guys want to talk about that?
I touched on this earlier today. Okay, well, first of all, Vitality decided to open the gates and try to go with that Nasus thing. They kind of forgot where they were halfway through, and therefore they kind of like flopped. But anyways, against Giants, man, we talked about this, but it has never happened where like, hey, you know what? You know, sometimes teams are so good they stomp crappy teams like way too quickly and they don't score any points. This is exactly what happened with G2. It was like a 20-minute and 30-second win, and they completely decimated Giants so hard that no one scored over 18 points.
The good thing,
So
though,
Giants literally probably won a couple of people their weeks because like they were banking on G2. They were banking on G2, you know, scoring really well, and then
yeah. If the
G2
games
did a
were
bad
really
job.
close, I could definitely see that. But I mean, all the G2 players had a really, really good game against Vitality, so that kind of balanced it out.
yeah.
You know what it is? It's like what we've been talking about before. G2's gotten cleaner.
Yeah.
They don't like
They have.
fight just for the sake of fighting anymore, which kind of sucks in games like these.
Yeah.
Fighting for the sake of fighting could score them a few extra points.
Well, that
They've
Vitality
definitely-
game was pretty bloody.
They've definitely been listening to the analyst desk and everything, and now they're always, it's like, oh, well, G2 just wants to fight because they can fight. They never know why they're fighting or whatever like that. So I think they took that
G2's top the
criticism.
brackets because of us.
They took that criticism and like they're learning from it. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're still scrappy.
Well, that's
But they
the
have a
only
purpose
place
now.
for them to go wide. Yeah.
I mean, they're
I still
amazing
take
at the
G2 though.
team fight. So
I still
why
trust
not,
G2.
right?
Yeah.
Third place team is Origen. Origen. xPeke! xPeke! I told you he's coming back. I told you.
Where's Tao? We need Tao to talk about this.
Dude, I've been
Yo,
saying...
Dirty Hobo actually had xPeke on his team. There you go, the Dirty Hobo believed. xPeke.
Yeah. I told you xPeke needed to come back. Like, they're not gonna win until he comes back, and he comes back, he wins 2 games. It's not like they won impressively or convincingly, but they won. That's what
They
matters.
did have backdoors.
They played like trademark Origin styled and like old school Fnatic styled League of Legends, and they played it to a T.
Yeah. They weren't clean games, but, and they weren't, like, strong teams. I mean, it's Rocket, and then it's, like, Unicorns, which is, like, flailing really hard. But then maybe xPeke is an EU high.
I think he is, man. Like, they gotta figure out something. Like, Soaz is pretty much useless. He's not gonna join you for a team fight ever. It's basically 4v5. And while you're busy, distracted by the 4v5, Soaz is gonna, like, take some turrets and stuff like that and try to, like, get a
Yeah.
You know what?
Nexus.
It's a
If
wrong meta for
Soaz-
Soaz.
If the only issue with Soaz was that he never joined in teamfights, that'd still be okay. The problem is he doesn't join for teamfights, but then he like starts his own fights 1v3.
He dies anyways. He doesn't join team fights because he's dead.
Yeah.
He's
Well, he
"I
tries
see
one-on-one
anyone the
too."
map.
It's
Time
either
to
like
dive."
it's either stop me from taking your turrets, or let the rest of my team get objectives. Because like I'm not gonna help them regardless. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna take this turret. I'm gonna take this turret even if I lose Baron.
Yeah, they should probably learn from CLG to see how to do it. But unfortunately, Soaz probably isn't as good as Darshan.
He could be as good as Darshan. He's just
It's just the wrong meta.
stubborn or something.
Maybe
he's
if
It's
he
just the
stubborn as
wrong
all
meta.
hell.
maybe if he didn't overextend so much. But Odo Amne said that Soaz is the only top laner that overextends too much without wards. And yeah, it's just pretty too. He just gets
It's kinda-
ganked. Anytime he gets
Does
ganked, he
amazing
dies.
gank for Soaz? He does. It's like not even Dyrus level. Alright.
It's terrible.
Fourth team?
Fourth team, Nuke Duck.
No,
They had.
teams. C9.
Oh, sorry. How did I get to mid? Sorry, I'm going back to the teams page. Cloud9, yeah, Cloud9. They played Renegades and Team Impulse. Any thoughts on those games at all?
No, they're easy games.
Well,
They did them stomping.
Is Renegades in top 10? Oh yeah, they are. I guess we can talk about Renegades later, but yeah, okay, so the game against Impulse was like convincing, whatever. The game against Renegades kind of went into like a bloodbath, but that's more on Renegade's side than C9.
Renegades had 2 new pickups.
3, I
Yeah.
think. Was it 3?
No, it's just 2. You can't have more than 2.
Okay.
Well, over time, they like pretty much redid their entire roster.
Yeah, pretty much.
H2K, they came in 5th
They
in
kind of
terms
had to pick up a supporter.
Yeah. H2K came 5th in the team. They played against Rocket and Splice. Pretty easy games for them, I'd say. They pretty much manhandled the teams.
Oh man, HTK is getting too good at PvE. They're just
Well,
way too good at
HTK
lane swapping.
H2K was the like only team this week with like a completely easy bracket, weren't they? or completely.
Yeah, I think they were the only team that won. Like A, they had easy schedule, and B, they won like severely convincingly. So it was just honestly it was just two PvE games, and they.
Do you know where
I
we
think
predicted H2K to be in our last week? What
I'm
was that
pretty sure I
prediction?
predicted them at least like 1 or 2.
We had him number 1.
We had a number 1.
Yeah, it's because they were the only team with 2 easy games, 2 like from the books easy games.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Except,
we were wrong
Yeah.
for sure. Like,
and they were the only like easy games that didn't have upsets too.
Who would have guessed Team Dignitas?
Honestly, H2K performed as predicted, but it was just other teams just happened to score more points.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still wrong, but I don't feel
There were
wrong
more-
saying I'm wrong.
Yeah, there were other teams with crazier games that nobody could have predicted.
Yeah.
And
And okay.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I guess this is okay. Next team is Immortals, but I guess this factors into it as well. Immortals scored 19 points in the first game, and they scored 17 points in the second game. These are by all means very good scores for a team, and Immortals came in 6th. And any other given week, scoring 36 points is probably going to be like at least top 3. This week has been ridiculous.
And
it's because teams
some
we'd
of those
expect to be
teams-
up here, like Origen and Dignitas.
Yeah.
And also
Filling
like
all these spots.
the teams that like Dignitas faced, I guess that helped Immortals as well too, but Echo Fox as well. Like, just being in those games with them helped them a lot as well too, not just Dignitas alone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Immortals was 6th. Elements came 2nd. Elements. What the fuck? Elements came 7th. They played Splice and Unicorns of Love.
I have to
Elements is
say,
fighting
I didn't even
for-
watch those games.
Okay, I basically I've been keeping track of like LCS a little bit more now. Elements is like on the verge of breaking out to like on the Fnatic Origin level. They're just not quite there yet. So I would expect Elements to beat everyone ranging from like Giants, Rockets, and Splice. And so Elements
Yeah, you know
beating
what
Splice is no surprise. And Elements
Yeah,
beating Unicorns is
Elements-
because Unicorns is shitting the bed.
Is Elements the EU
Like, if-
Team Liquid?
Energy.
No, they're not that good.
No.
They're not that good.
No.
Yeah, they're not that good.
This is like what Dignitas
Yeah,
beating
maybe.
Renegades without their new pickups, and then like TSM or something. That's what this
I think
is
it's
like.
I think it's Elements overachieving, and they're doing really well. They're looking a lot more solid with like better macro play.
Okay,
But yeah,
and then-
so
yes.
Nick split maybe. I think they can avoid relegation. Speaking of
number-
relegades,
Yeah, relegation. The Renegades, number 8. I don't know how they managed to get into the top 10 either, but they played Cloud9 and
they look
TSM,
really
so it's
good
not
this
like
week.
they were easy for them.
no, they look really good this week.
They did
They
actually.
looked really good.
Well,
Let's
it's
talk
all
about.
because of TSM, and TSM gave them 18 points.
Well, they made
No,
some
and they pushed
acquisitions
Cloud9
too,
to the
right?
verge as well. Okay, Renegades looked really good this week. They pushed Cloud9 to the verge, and they completely just manhandled TSM. So they, with the 2 new acquisitions with like Ninja and Seraph,
Seraph.
Renegades actually looks really good. They actually look really good. They make very calculated, aggressive plays early, and they're they can't close games, so they still have that Dignitas gene in them. But then, this week they've been looking very good.
Seraph is
Excited.
definitely a
Seraph
great
has been,
addition
like
to the
every
team.
time Seraph's
Ninja
been
too.
subbed in, he's been like really well performing actually, right? Now that he's
Yeah.
on the Afro roster, that'll probably just continue. Ninja over Alex Ditch.
Yeah, whatever. Alex is
much.
just kind of washed up in years.
An upgrade.
But yeah.
Ninja's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so you know what? I can expect Renegades to be back into the LCS next season because if this week was any indication of how well they're going to play, then I'm pretty sure they can stomp the promotion, like the relegation tournament.
Yeah. Number 9, ninth best team was Fnatic this week. They played against Giants and
I'll take it.
Vitality. Yeah, not much to say about those games, eh? I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, it's getting pretty
they
deep.
lost against.
Yeah, at this point, it's getting pretty deep. Like,
Yeah.
realistically, there's only 20 teams. So,
For Fnatic, the game against Vitality was pretty good. They Vitality let Fnatic pick their IEM lineup with like Jhin and stuff, and they managed to like kind of keep them under control. So like Fnatic definitely looks a lot better. They don't look like they're just kind of dicking around or like don't know what they're doing anymore. So like Fnatic definitely looks better. But a loss is a loss.
all right, and then we have the Riot's favorite team in 10th place, Energy Esports.
They shouldn't be here.
They played Immortals
You know
and
what?
Team
I
Liquid.
actually like Energy. I really liked Energy this week, like a lot more than I've liked them in the past several weeks.
Yeah.
To be
'Cause,
fair, if you look at
they
this,
actually did some good stuff.
yeah, they did good against Team Liquid, and they totally
That's
shit the
it.
bed against Immortals.
No, they didn't even shit the bed versus Immortals. Moon had like the best games he had like all split versus Immortals. He
Yeah,
like
Moon was
had
really good.
pressure and like first blood.
But that's
presence,
individual
and they
play.
had like
As a team,
well
they
they
didn't
had
do good.
dragon pressure.
As a team, they were awful.
And the other thing I liked is this week GBM finally played a real champion. Like this was
Gangs
the
by
first
Moon.
week in a long time where they looked like they had pressure because GBM played a champion with just damage, so that they could be more than like a one threat comp on like Altec. I actually really liked it.
Yeah. Impact's still on tanks, but I guess people are if GBM's stepping up, then Impact can just stay on tanks.
Yeah, like impact on tanks is fine if the other two well-fed players are actually building damage.
All right. I guess that's top 10. I'm a little bit disappointed CLG's not in there because CLG had actually no, whatever. CLG didn't have that great of a week, but
CLG did pretty
usually
bad.
they
You know
score
who
very
else
high
wasn't there?
points.
Pretty disappointing.
You know who else was there? TSM.
TSM was
Yeah.
pretty trash too. Well, they had a
Oh,
good
TSM was
first
supposed
game.
to have an easy week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the top 10 teams. I guess that gave us the opportunity to kind of recap some of the games there. I guess going forward,
Yeah.
talking about players, we're not going to have as much to say other than individual performances. We're going to jump ahead to top 10 top laners of week 8. Anybody who wants to go ahead and take over?
Huni's number one. Watching the games, I actually didn't think Huni had that great of a week, but he still had a 50-plus point week. He had like 52 points and 52.35 points. Holy crap, what's wrong with me? Anyways, so like that's actually an okay week, but maybe that Dignitas game was like kind of disappointing. Seeing him on Graves doing whatever, I don't know what. But whatever, 52 is 52. Can't complain.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah.
top
What made
laner.
it seem not so good to me?
Hmm?
Huni had that one game where he built. What did he do? He built like Cull on GP, right?
Yeah.
And so he just did nothing for like most of the game. That's why it didn't look like he was doing anything really.
Yeah, that's
this week.
probably why. He was just picking up like Kobe assists on like random ultis.
Yeah.
And then number 2, we had Billy Boss. I don't even know what team Billy Boss is on.
Dignitas, of course.
Dignitas.
Is he?
If it's a guy you don't recognize, probably on Dignitas.
Okay, that
I
makes
can
sense.
guarantee you Shifter is probably number 1 mid.
Yeah, that makes sense that he has so many points then.
So
Nice.
we won't be surprised if we see a lot of Dignitas players today.
We apologize for all
We are
this
definitely
noise
going to
that
see a lot of
Max is
Dignitas. Oh, crap, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a good mic attached to bad headphones. Just long story.
Yeah, so Billy Boss, he played Echo Fox and Immortals, so yeah, he scored pretty well. You can't really not score well in like 80-minute games. It's pretty hard. Number 3, Cabochard. Where do we have Cabochard ranked at?
We had Cowboy at number 1. No, wait, no, did we? I get mixed up now. So we had Cabo at 4.
Cabo 4. Okay, so it's pretty
We're
close.
pretty close. Oh man, the Nasus though. The Nasus. Oof. It looked good for like 15 minutes, and then afterwards he just fell off. For Nasus, it's like what? But yeah, he. We hindsight's 2020 about Cabo Shard's Nasus, and we could say, oh, this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong, but a Nasus is a Nasus. Is like in terms, I just think that in terms of macro play, it just didn't work out for Vitality.
Is this the
We needed a Q stack.
This is the game against the G2 when he played the Nasus?
Yeah, he played Nasus into Rammus. He actually got really far ahead, but he maxed Spirit Fire, so he couldn't stack his Q as fast. And then he just didn't go for this full split push build, and they just couldn't push out of the base, and then slowly lost to
I don't think
G2.
the Nasus pick was the issue, like the casters are saying.
Yeah.
I was watching that game. The casters went, like, in the course of, like, 5 minutes, the casters went from, oh my god, Nasus is just dumpstering on kids, to Nasus is a terrible pick, why did he do this? I don't think there was a problem with the Nasus pick. I think...
Yeah, if Vitality won, Nasus is the genius. If Vitality lost, it's Nasus' fault. But yeah, I don't think it was Nasus. Nasus.
I don't think so, too. They totally played into G2's playstyle. He should have kept split pushing. And the Rammus is open.
They just got shoved in, and they just got shoved in, and they just couldn't come out and split push, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Versus Fnatic, I forgot what he played. I think he played like GP.
I don't.
No. Nuke played GP. He played something else. Probably played Rammus or something. Oh yeah, he was playing Rammus. They were like dumpstering on his mechanics, weren't they? It's like, holy crap, he's breaking his index when you're getting the hard button.
But that was Odo Omni. They're making fun of Odo Omni.
Was it Odo Omni?
Yeah.
Oh, they're making fun of everyone for playing Rammus.
True, they do make fun of everyone.
Like, making fun of Rammus in general.
His scoreline looks like he was playing Rammus. It was like 1-3-13.
Whatever.
Sounds like a Rammus game.
Haters are gonna hate. If it works, it works.
We had Odo at number 1, and he isn't even in the top 10.
Shit.
Every team seems to like try to pick a different champion into Rammus. It's pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, it is.
And Rammus top lane finally got a loss in the LCS. I'm kind of sad about that. No more 100% win rate. Number 4, Impact faced Immortals and Team Liquid.
Okay.
Man,
that game versus Liquid is just padding everyone's stats.
I don't think I watched any of those games, so I don't have much to comment on Impact.
Yeah. Were one of those games?
I'll be honest. I don't know what team he's on either.
He's on NRG.
He's on Energy.
Oh, that's why. I hate Energy. I hate that team.
He played okay. It was just yeah, that game with like Energy and Liquid just padded everyone's stats because like it was pretty bloody and it went on for pretty long.
The only guy I know
I really like it when
GBM.
I really like it when Impact plays Poppy, and he played Poppy. And that's what I'm attributing to his placing.
Yeah, so 40 points, which is okay. I'll take it for Impact. Seraph for number 5. Once again, Renegade. Wait, Seraph is on Renegades. Yo, you got your teams wrong.
Oh yeah.
The first game they faced was C9. So yeah, Seraph actually didn't die this game. I think he played Graves twice. And
he didn't die all
got
weekend.
37 points. He didn't die all weekend. Yeah.
Still Seraph, man.
So yeah.
I picked him up.
Yeah.
I picked him up before he was even before the NA scene or week started. But EU started already, so I couldn't sub him in because I had Vizichachi. But
yeah,
hey,
Seraph
Vizichachi still made it top 10 as well.
Somehow.
Seraph always does well, so
yeah.
Yeah, Renegades looks pretty good. I guess we'll touch on to who they're facing next week, but then yeah. They're facing Team Impulse and Echo Fox, so maybe we could keep it, but we'll save that for later.
I subbed him in and took Vizichachi out.
Next is Kikis. Oh.
Kikis,
And not expecting him to be number 6, right?
I don't know. What did we predict Kikis at?
Probably 1 or 2.
3?
3?
Okay, yeah.
We had Odo, Huni, and Kikis.
Still 6 is not bad because he still scored well. Like that's 31 points.
Relatively, no, he did
No.
not score well relatively. Relative to
No.
what G2 is used to scoring, he's not
Right.
scoring well.
Right. But
That
I'm
giant
Six
game
to
is
10, 30 points is not that much.
Yeah, for a G2 member. Yeah, he really got screwed over by the Giants game.
Lorlo did really good.
Alright, yep.
Lorlo's
He
team
did really well
Liquid
against that
played
CLG game where they
Energy.
dumpstered on CLG.
Yeah.
Which is really good because he was
I
going
might
against
have to-
Darshan as well.
I might have to finally concede that TL is starting to look like they're put together.
Right?
As much
They
as
look
it pains me
good.
to say.
Lorlo, I actually was a
Joe.
hater on him at the beginning of the season or the split, and but the more I look at his play, like obviously you can tell he's a feeder. He's been a feeder ever since the split started, but you can see how much kill participation he has, and it makes it worth it, and that's why he's constantly scoring a lot of points.
This is a bit of a tangent, but can we make a quick list of teams that have gotten their shit together before TSM?
Renegades.
Renegades.
Team Liquid.
I would say
Yeah.
Dignitas because they're not losing an early game anymore.
Dignitas, Fnatic,
C9.
C9.
oh, yeah,
Literally
C9.
every team that had to get their shit together got their shit together, except for TSM. I'm so salty. I've had double lift on my roster like this entire time.
Oh, I just like to point out that our top 10 list right now is by the time we got to Lorlo, they're actually only scoring like 30 points, which is not particularly high. I mean, it's pretty good if you have like an 8-man league, but like at this point we're approaching to the they didn't do so well category.
Yeah, top lane
They're
wasn't
scoring
too,
at least okay.
Yeah, top lane wasn't too crazy this week at least.
Yeah.
You had Darshan, who was just split pushing like crazy as well, facing Team Liquid and Echo Fox. Didn't do too well.
He had
against
like
Team
no
Liquid.
points against Liquid. He had like 6 points against Liquid, and he had 24 points against Echo Fox, so that kind of inflated his stats. Got
Right.
30 points.
I still don't like him.
Yeah. Then we have Visichachi.
Like I said.
They go 0-2. They went 0-2.
Yeah, they went 0-2 and he still got top
This
10.
was-
So I mean he's doing his
But
job.
it's
at
29
least.
points, which is pretty low.
He's
It's
doing
29
his job.
points, which is really low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And then
that's
balls.
okay. Whatever. Balls, 29 points as well.
The team did much better than he did.
Yeah. Nothing too impressive.
I think this is like the kind of I think this is the kind of productivity I expect from balls, being like more of like a tank player. You have like these random anomaly games where he plays like Gangplank or like some sort of resemblance to a carry. But then now with Sneaky and Jensen playing so well, someone has to play the utility.
All right, let's move to the
I
next
don't
position.
expect balls to be a high point scorer.
No, honestly, that Josh Augustine guy. People into drafting balls. Yeah, let's move into a more exciting lane. Okay, we're gonna go to jungle. Number 1 in jungle, we have Kire.
Another Dignitas
Guess which
player.
team he's on?
Obviously, he's
Stumi's
gonna
on
be at the
Dignitas.
top. Stupid Kire.
He had a good week though.
He had a
He
good
played
week.
really well the 2 games he did play.
Yeah, Kira, especially against Immortals, he was playing really, really well.
Yeah.
He looked really good.
Yeah.
Got like 52 points, and deservedly so.
in total,
Squagg's games were
33.43.
disgusting.
I mean, for an 80-minute game, was it 80 minutes or like 70-something minutes?
It
He
was,
scored
like,
something.
it was like 16.
Yeah, he didn't have a good score in that game, but I guess somehow against
Yeah,
Immortals, he just killed it.
Yeah, the game with Echo Fox was like very like stalemate. like Froggen broke the CS record before he got himself on the board. He was like 000 with like 600 farm, and he was like 250 farm above like. Yeah, Froggen was like 250 farm above, like Shifter or something.
Someone on Reddit took a good screenshot of this.
Yeah, it's called the Froggen Horizon.
No. This is a screenshot that someone managed to snag.
Let me try and open it on here.
Anyways, but yeah, so Kyrie looks good this week. Let's see if we can keep the production up into relegation tournament. Second is Rainover, of course. There's nothing much to say here. It's Rainover. He was playing Rek'Sai both games. Fed a lot the second game, but still a pretty good score.
Yeah, Rainover pretty much did really well. 3.
Yeah, there's
Trick.
nothing to say here, honestly.
Trick did well as expected as well too. That's why I wasn't too concerned
The
about
surprise here is
G2.
Moon.
I mean, I have Trick, and I mean, the second game he didn't do that well, but his first game was good enough to keep his stats relative, and obviously he's in the top 3, so he may not have lost you.
Once again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Giants did a good job keeping G2 down.
Still top 3, pretty good.
Would you rather be
Fourth is Moon.
if you were one of these player on one of these teams? Would you rather be on Giants or Dignitas? As an actual player, not a fantasy LCS or nothing fantasy related.
Dignitas. I don't want to move to EU.
Oh yeah. Well,
I want to move to Cali.
So that I could win some of the time every once in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't think I want to go to Giants.
I feel like I would want to be.
Toxic.
I would want to play on the Giants because like, if I'm gonna get shit on, at least make it like quick and painless, and not have to like expend all this energy, be exhausted for 80 minutes, like feel like I can actually win and then still get shit on.
Dignitas this week broke four different inhibitors and lost 2 games.
Yeah.
That doesn't really happen very much.
Alright, so number 4, we have Moon. I don't know what team Moon's on either.
Season energy.
Of
Yeah,
course,
once
of
again,
course.
that liquid energy game inflated all the stats.
Fucking energy. Jankos. He had a really good week. With all these inflated stats here, I think it really undermines Jankos and his ability to play. He did really well from the games that I saw at least, but you have guys like Kirei and Moon up here, so
Yeah.
it makes him look bad at the fifth
Jankos
position.
went on like a Lee Sin spree on during the Splice game, just like picking up kills left and right, which is really rare for an H2K game. But I was pretty salty about that because Jankos is like making plays with like Ryu is making plays with like Odo is making plays with Vander, and then Forgiven is just like pew, 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 shoves the lane and then pew.
Yo, Vander was throwing some
You
sick
say this
hooks,
is
man.
uncharacteristic. You say
Vander,
this
like,
is uncharacteristic for an H2K game, but this is pretty characteristic for a Lee Sin game.
Yeah, that is true.
6th place
That
we
is
have
true.
Spirit. I don't know where Spirit's playing either.
Fnatic did okay.
Fnatic did okay.
Yeah, they did pretty good and
Fnatic had a decent week.
decent week.
Yeah.
Shook
Surprisingly, Shook's all the way down to 7.
against
Oh
G2.
wait, was Shook the one on Lee Sin, or was it
Giants.
Jankos? Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
Once again, he scored pretty crap in the G2 game, but then in the Giants game, he just went off. He was,
Giants. They held G2 down, but they just fed so hard. Dardoch did pretty well.
Yep.
His numbers don't really show it, but I think he played really well, just from the eye test.
Yeah.
He played against CLG and Energy, and I think they won both of the games, right? Team Liquid?
No, they lost against Energy.
Oh, they lost one. Fuck.
They lost against
Oh
Energy.
yeah, that's the one they needed to.
And
win, too.
once again, at this point, once again at this point, we're down to like the 30-ish, low 30s. So, I mean, if you find yourself here as a jungler, it's still pretty good. But then, yeah, usually sometimes people aren't so happy with their use.
If you find yourself here, at least you're not at the bottom, is the consolation. You're doing okay.
I mean, you probably had Dardoch.
Well, the picks that we had that didn't make it, xSmithy. We had xSmithy doing well. He didn't do well.
xSmithy underperformed.
Oh, we have smarts.
LG in general underperformed.
If anybody thought Crumbs was going to be in the top 10, not even in the top.
No, he's smarts. He's not Crumbs this week. He's smarts.
Proxen, 10th place. We're getting to the points where these are guys that you maybe have on your bench or something in an 8-man league, but highly unlikely that they'll be in your starting lineup. So
Proxen's on TIP, so they whatever. It's TIP. They're doing okay, but they're just whatever.
moving on to the next.
You want to jump to mid?
Yeah, we're gonna go to mid. Mid is a lot more exciting.
Surprise.
Mid was very high scoring this week. We have Shifter, of course. I wonder where he plays. Dignitas.
Did he not die during the Immortals game? I'm pretty sure he died.
He didn't on the.
Did I get the stats wrong? I think I might have gotten the stats wrong.
He died at the end, didn't he?
I remember Pullback
you
killed
got
him a couple of times.
Okay.
I probably touched it wrong.
Huh.
I think he had one death.
But 61.57 points. That's if you had Shifter on your team, which you might because he's not bad mid at all.
Yeah.
He
has games. He has weeks where he just goes off.
Scoring
Yeah.
player on a bad team.
Yeah. So if you had him on your team, he could have won you that week. Pole Belter, as we expected, gonna do really well. Where do we have Pole Belter ranked?
I think we had him. I had him third.
You had him third, or we had him third?
We had him third.
Oh, did anybody guess
We were all
correct?
really high on the Jensen train. We were all on the high. We were really, really high on the Jensen train. And Perks.
Oh yeah. That didn't happen because number 3 was
Giants.
GBM.
Gank
GBM.
on Moon.
GM playing is dead. He had like 7 kills in that game.
He had 9.
9? Oh,
Yeah, he got a triple kill as well.
even better.
He's padding his stats.
Dude, I'm actually kind of sad that I didn't field GBM this week. I put in Huhi over GBM. I thought Huhi was going to do well and GBM was going to keep on playing Zillion and get crushed in every game.
Well, granted, he is against Immortals, so
Yeah, it
it's not
was
a
hard
bad
to say.
decision.
And I believed in Phoenix over
I'm
GBM,
pretty-
I think.
He was on
pretty
track for
impressed
like
by
35
GBM.
points.
Number 4, we have Nuke Duck. He played G2 and
Pretty good.
Fnatic. Yeah, he's solid.
Played as Zero and Gangplank. Pretty good.
He's starting to convince me. You guys are all on the Nuke Duck train, hype train. I'm slowly getting on. I think I just can't get on
too late
because it's a
now. I don't wanna
Vitality
see.
player. It's hard. But if there's anybody on that team
Vitality's
that's
like
gonna
the
make big
best team.
plays, it's Nuke Duck. Or like get crazy stats.
Vitality's like the best
No,
team
Kasing,
in
okay.
though.
Okay, spoiler alert, Kasing did really well this week. The guy was
Vitality-
like scripting.
Vitality is a good team, but I feel like they're so macro based that they don't have a lot of micro based stuff. And
Sorry.
again, we
Sorry.
apologize for all the
You know
voice
what,
cracks.
though?
Stop touching yourself.
Sorry.
Stop touching yourself. Stop touching yourself. Stop it.
The
No touching.
The thing is, Vitality, like, okay, beginning of the league, they were like low scorers. Yeah, they're scoring more than they did in the beginning, and also teams like G2 and stuff are scoring less than they were in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Vitality's starting to fight a little bit more. That's for sure. I think they're learning stuff from each other.
Because everyone's got the macro game down now.
Perks, G2, played Vitality and Giants. Scored really well against Vitality.
No surprise.
Yeah, no surprise there. And I mean, against the Giants game, that was, what can you do? Could have been better. He could have been in the 50s or something. But Ninja,
He was on track to be in 50s.
yeah.
Oof. Korean imports. Challenger imports.
Korean
Renegades.
Challenger imports.
Nobody saw that coming.
No, not at all. Not
Well,
at all.
you know what? I didn't see that coming because I didn't know Ninja was playing, but I like Ninja.
Yeah. He was good on TDK.
I definitely would, even before this week happened, say he was like a large upgrade over Alex.
Alex.
Number 7, we had
Yeah,
February.
Yeah, pretty good. I think Febvin's really good.
Yeah, high
I'm a
kill
believer.
participation, low deaths. Pretty solid CSing as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing much to say.
People
I
just
think
forgot
he's-
he was good because he's on Fnatic.
Yeah.
Jensen, we expected big things from him, not so much. That didn't quite happen.
Well, 39 isn't bad. It's just that people decide to go apeshit for 60 points.
Yeah. Like 39 isn't bad, and for the game against Renegades, he just couldn't get his Varus. Like Varus is just not a very good assist champion. I mean, yes, he has his ulti, but his ulti against a good team is just not going to get more than one person. And that game was so skirmishy that not a lot of people got a lot of assists. It was just mostly, but Jensen was really good on Varus that game. Even the
he's-
team in post game was really good on Varus.
He's been super consistent as well, so you can always expect him
Yeah.
to get good points, even if the team doesn't perform that well. Number 9. I'm surprised actually that Froggen wasn't higher on this list.
Actually, it's understandable because the Dignitas game was a very low kill game, but he just farmed his way into relevancy.
Right. And I think that kind of like was
Yeah.
kind of, what would you say? I guess a bait. Because you're like, holy shit, he has like 700 whatever farm, but then in fantasy, really, that's just 7 points.
7 points.
7 points. Bar means like nothing.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know how many
11
people
points from
would feel it.
CS, that must be a record somehow.
7.64, that's for sure. Ryu at number 10. I thought Ryu performed really well too, but I guess that game against Unicorns was what kept him down. But yeah, Ryu did
Like, I
really
think we
good.
had high hopes for H2K, and none of their players delivered.
It just didn't translate into points, really, their performance.
Yeah. I think Ryu did pretty.
He was solid. Definitely solid.
It wasn't like high kill, like ridiculously high kill games kind of thing. That one.
Yeah.
So
Moving on
score all that
to
much, but it was so good.
a super exciting lane as well too. Another exciting lane, AD carry. Number 1, Wild Turtle. He had 59.71 points as well.
Expected from Wild Turtle.
Pretty much expected from him.
There was that game where he dived, he like flashed into the base
Oh,
to get
yeah.
the kill.
Yeah.
Everyone was just like, oh man.
Well,
classic.
that was his troll, so that was technically worth it.
Sorry for
Yeah.
the technical
Well,
difficulties, guys.
he like almost got.
Video feed
he
is
almost got
down
a
because
triple
my
off that.
internet is crap.
Wait, what?
I can't see you guys on the video because my internet connection is super low right now. It's at red. I don't know why. But I
Yeah,
guess
you should
all
just
you
blow
guys
up
can
your
do is
face,
look at my
tell the
beautiful
giants.
face. Hopefully that fixes
Alright.
itself. But,
Alright, I think you're back.
For now, yeah, Wild Turtle,
You're
he
back.
played really well. What? I'm back now?
You're back.
I only see Randy.
Yes.
Oh, now I see Max. Cool.
Good internet. Solid internet.
Oh, there you go. My connection is
Start our
back to yellow.
Patreon.
It should be green soon. Yes, guys. Help us out with our internets. This is the first time my internet was bad. Damn it. So number 2, Hjarnan. Did we have Hjarnan this high up in our projections?
Yes.
No, had him like 7.
Really? I think I was really high on Harnan this week.
Nah.
What did Max?
I'm higher on
Where did
Hjarnan.
Max
I
put
was
Hjarnan?
higher than I usually am.
Max had Yarden at 6. Z and I had him at 8. Dan had him at 0. Didn't even have him at all. So Dan knows nothing very much.
Dude, he was
Dan
playing-
had Sven, okay?
Yo,
Dan had Sven
one
in
of the
his
top
list.
teams in EU's playing G2 and Fnatic? That's a bloodbath. That's spelling a bloodbath.
Yeah, but Dan has Sven. Sven in the top 8.
Yeah, I did
Oh, you know
believe
what?
in Sven.
Dan is smarter than us.
What? I don't know, man. But we had also Apollo in 3rd. Again,
Whatever, of course, Dignitas.
Whatever. Dignitas. Talked enough about them. Emperor 4th. Emperor's been
8
pretty
points.
consistent every single week.
8 points. 8
He had,
points.
he had a really good game against Vitality. That's where all those points came from. 35.64 in one game. That's pretty solid. And then
And he had a
first,
really good game against Giants too, just didn't score a bunch.
the Giant Syndrome.
I'm not mad. 44 still points.
Yeah, that's still 44 solid
44 is
points. Man.
acceptable.
He could have easily been number 1 in AD carry this week. Sneaky did really well considering his team did not so good. I think Sneaky has been picking up a lot recently. I think he's working really well with High.
Yeah.
So I'm going to expect him to continue to be producing at a pretty good level as an AD carry.
Yeah, this outing from Sneaky is very, it's very typical. I mean, it's like, yeah, anywhere between 40 to 50 points is what we're expecting Sneaky.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even have him. Nobody even had him in their lineups or on their team in the early season, did they? Somebody picked him off the waiver wire.
I think someone had Sneaky on the bench, but I somehow picked up Sneaky. Because,
Yeah.
like, C9 did pretty crap, like, first couple of weeks.
They had like.
Yeah, they started off really weak. Everybody on C9 got purged.
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
Steel
did we
back
talk
in
about
6.
Rush this week? Because I actually started Rush and then he just did trash this week. I think I'll have the Rush curse. I'm not going to pick him next season.
You're the reason. You're the reason.
Steelbacks in 6. I don't know. He's kind of like Vizicachi. You know, the team doesn't do well, but these two players are constantly still doing or
Scoring
still
well.
performing pretty well. And I don't know what it is.
Scoring well.
Should they have kept Rudy?
No, he was toxic.
Was he toxic? Is that why?
Yes,
He's a giant troll.
Oh,
he's toxic.
I guess that makes sense for why they got rid of him again. But Lulix is crap. That's all I gotta say. Too bad they don't have diamond procs. Sad days. Sad days for unicorns. They started off so well.
Sad days for those Russians.
This unicorns is the TSM of EU.
Yeah, kind
Not
of.
there yet. Not quite there yet, but
They would
approaching
have
that
to
level.
lose the Giants.
No. If in order to be TSM EU, they had to start sucking from the start of the season. More like Origen.
Freeze. Freeze did really well against Cloud9 and TSM.
Yeah, Renegades. Renegades did really well this week.
Yep.
Surprising,
Elements.
but
Very
You know
nice.
what? I have some news about Freeze actually. You know what I'm doing at this moment?
You're dropping
so
double lift for Freeze?
I had. Yeah. Rip. I had double lift for 8 weeks. I had
Poor
double lift
double
on my
lift.
roster for 8 weeks.
You couldn't hang
I think
on.
there was 1 week where he scored well.
but 1 week where he got like 60 points and that was it.
To be fair,
Yo, I have a free win
So
next
now
week.
I
I don't need
agree.
to do anything to my roster.
I was really close to dropping Bjergsen for Seraph, but I realized I had UOL, so I could drop UOL too. Mr. Raleigh's. This guy.
Elements had a good week.
He's been,
Elements had a good week.
yeah. Honestly,
I
I've
think
been
Elements
talking
can
about him
avoid
all
relegation.
season as well too. He has been probably the most consistent guy on that team. But I mean, the team is pretty trash. So
That's not saying
getting
much.
Manhandled from time to time. But yeah, Mr. Raleigh's. Piglet.
That's a disappointing week from Piglet, especially when everyone was scoring like really high for that energy game. We just
Yeah.
scored like 19 points.
And I think most of it was just his like participation in team fights, maybe. I don't know what to say. I mean, in that
just didn't have a great week.
in the energy
Okay,
game,
just
he
let it
didn't
go.
have
Just
anything
let it go.
until he got that triple kill. So
It's okay, Dan. Just let it go.
I still won
Oh,
that
man,
match. That's all I
Reckless.
gotta say. I got a free
Reckless.
win. Reckless.
He had a good week.
35 is not bad.
It's just a bad game against
Like that,
Giants.
he scored nothing for the Giants game. Giants did it again. Even like they held Reckless to like 10 points.
Yo,
it's-
they're just bending over, letting the game end.
Yeah, Reckless
So
was on.
when your
on
team
the
faces
backup.
Giants, you know not to start them.
Yeah. They get stomped so fast.
Pro tip: when your team faces Giants, you might want to bench them.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's going in the description
definitely-
box. Did you write it
Definitely
down?
consider it.
Alright.
Alright, let's move over to the supports. Alright, did we at least get this one right?
You kid number 2? No?
No, Adrian number 1.
Alright, Adrian number 1, nothing to see here. Let's move on.
Did we all agree on Adrian number 1 though?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
It was Adrian, Hybrid, and then High.
Oh god, what happened? Right, Kiwi.
Okay,
Kid
well,
happened.
okay.
But yo,
no one
Ignore
thought
all the
they
teams
should
that
trust.
came out of nowhere.
Before we
It
go to
doesn't look so
Kiwi
bad.
Kid, before we go to Kiwi Kid, I have to point out that Adrian had a 50-point week, 50.96 for support. That is fucking solid. To be honest, he was the
He's been
highest.
good all season.
Support.
He was the highest scoring player on my
If
team.
any support.
Then your team isn't very
If any
good.
support were to get 50 points, it would be Adrian though.
Yeah.
You should pick up Shifter.
Adrian was the highest scoring guy on my team. This
Then
guy
your team isn't
deserves-
very good.
Hey, I still had the second highest point scoring week, so that says
Dan,
that about my
think
team.
of it this way: Adrian outscores his own AD carry sometimes.
That's true. Gotta love those Sorakas.
Dude, it's so easy to pick up assist on Janna, because once you get the move speed, you get an assist.
Yeah. Soraka and Janna.
Soraka
Yeah.
Jana.
Straka's like hit or get all assists. Kiwi Kid, yeah, whatever. There's not much to say about Dignitas Kiwi Kid. Kasing. I want to talk about
Kasing.
Kasing. Man, he's like scripting with flash hooks.
As much as
Yeah,
Vander.
even though he only won.
Yeah, Vander has some solid.
Okay, well,
thresholds,
Vander was good.
too.
Kasing did. Yeah, Vander Life has solid flash hooks.
Vander
Kasing
Life.
had pretty solid flash hooks too. Yeah, despite going 1-1, Kasing had a really good week. He had like 42 points, which is like holy crap, that's pretty good.
Fourth place hybrid. We kind of expected him to do really well as well.
As expected. He would have gotten higher if Giants didn't bend
Would
over.
have gone third if it weren't for Kiwi Kid.
Conquan. Is he NRG as well?
Yeah, nobody cares about him.
Yeah.
He's from Energy. Energy had a good week, but no one cares about him.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they had an alright week.
Vander
Vander,
at 6.
of course, those thresh hooks. High did really well. Kind of expected. Do we think that he was gonna do better than he did though? I think so, right?
I had him going number 1, so that didn't happen.
You believed in High over Adrian.
Yeah.
This next guy, I don't know what team he plays on either. This is the first time I've seen his
Elements.
name.
Elements.
Scrabble? He's on Elements.
I've never seen this guy's name
That
until
unicorn
now.
love. that unicorn game inflated him.
This is how little we think of these teams.
It's okay. Next,
I'll be honest.
with Giants. Nobody cares about that either.
I don't remember watching any elements game.
You
Noxiac.
definitely.
Noxiac was Rocket, not Giants. Rockets.
Okay, my bad. Regardless, nobody cares. It's relegation teams.
Former Fnatic player.
No one should have their players in their lineups.
Yo, Noxiac's
Man,
been
Tams
doing
was
pretty
really
good. Noxiac's been
Tams
doing
was really
pretty
good.
damn good since
He scored
joined
5
Dignitas.
points in one game. Calm down.
But look at that KDA.
It's only. He was salvaged by the fact he got to beat up on Origin.
They still lost.
Yeah. Hillisang with UOL.
Yeah,
was
unicorns
disappointing.
is crappy
Yeah,
bad.
this is like 13-point game, 11-point game, so this is at the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened in week 8. So I guess moving forward, we can start talking about our predictions for week 9, the final week of the LCS spring split. We won't even have another projection for next week, so it'll just be one of these top 10 recaps again. So let's move over to there. Week 8, looking ahead to next week. Randy, you can take over.
So, besides Dan, everyone believes in Cabo. Looking back, I might regret this decision. I think I'd rather have Huni, but that's too late for that one.
Believe.
But even if I change my vote, I don't think Huni would go high enough to overtake Cabo.
I think it's either Huni or Cabo.
Yeah.
Oh
Odo?
my God.
Wait, I have
three,
Odo
I think-
second? Why
Why
not
do I
Odo
have-
second?
Why do I have Cabo so low?
Because
I don't know what's wrong with you, Dan. You're high on some shit when you do this.
Maybe it's because you just don't believe in Vitality, Dan.
Yeah, it is the vitality thing.
At the
Wait,
end of a
can-
complete split, you still don't believe in them.
oh man,
Kiki
I guess
at
it's too
fourth?
late. I think it's too late to retcon my decision, but I'm gonna put Odo 4 and like Huni second and Kiki's third.
No, we remember your terrible, terrible decision to have Huni
Yeah,
third.
it's too late. Cannot retcon anymore.
I think we have some surprise people coming up. Zeref and Gamsu at 6 and 8.
Trust
I
me,
guess all of a sudden people start having faith.
I have Seraph at 4.
Especially Dan with Zeref at 4.
Trust me, he has. Look at his per game stats. Like he's pretty up there. I believe in Seraph all the way.
I mean, I'm the only person that doesn't believe in Zeref.
Yeah,
I'll take Seraph.
I put
I'm
him
the only person
over.
that doesn't believe.
I put him in over Vizichachi. He's my new starting top laner.
Hey,
Okay.
if you don't believe in
Um,
Seraph, do you not believe in the Renegades next week against what is it like, Easy Teams versus Tip and Echo Fox?
I don't know. But I don't know how I feel about Renegades. They've been awful for so long.
You know what? You know how
Believe
I
in the
feel about
Seraph.
Renegades? I now have 2 of their players. While we were talking about this, I now own Frieza Ninja.
Yeah, how
Great.
good I feel about Renegades directly correlates to how many Koreans you have in the team.
That was my strategy going into the fantasy, and that didn't really work out for me. I tried to draft as many Koreans as I could. I lost the first 3 weeks in a row.
Don't draft him onto Dignitas.
Plus, like one of your guys was like, "Did you have Ryu too?" I think you had Ryu, right? Randy.
No, I had
No.
Ryu.
You know
I
what,
had to drop
actually?
him.
Actually,
I had
Randy,
Ryu. I had to drop him.
you know what? I'm against you this week, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna field both my Renegades players, like Ninja over Huhi, and see if I can beat you with that. How about that?
Okay. I don't care. You can do whatever you want, man.
Then fight for second and third place.
I've got Ninja as my starting mid, and I've got Freeze in my flex.
All right. So
I
that's
don't know
the
if I'm
top
gonna
lane.
regret picking Ninja over Huhi.
That's the top lane.
Okay, let's switch to jungler.
I didn't believe.
So for
in
some
Gamsu
reason,
either.
everybody believes in Trick but me.
Hold on. Before
I'm
we go
still
into
high on
jungler,
Rainover.
before we go into jungler, I initially believed in Gamsu, and I dropped UOL for Gamsu, and then I saw Seraph, and I fucking grabbed him immediately. Like, sorry, Gamsu. So yeah, okay, let's go to junglers.
So I'm the only person who has Rainover at 1. Everybody else has Trick, and then vice versa. I'm the one with Trick at 2, and everybody else has Rainover at 2. At 3 we have Jankos. It's pretty close, but we had Shook at 4. So I guess 1 and 2 are very similar. 3 and 4 are very similar.
Shook is against Rockets, Vitality's against Rockets and Splice, and HTK is against Unicorns and Elements. So in terms of strength of schedule, Vitality is easier, and Yankos and HTK has a supposedly harder week.
You know what I like about our jungler predictions?
Well, we're begging on these bad teams, trying to not fall to relegation, right?
I'm already mentally ranking UOL down in like the bottom teams right now.
Our
I think they're
jungler
definitely
predictions.
not top.
We had the only player that was kind of odd in this thing was Amazing. Everyone pretty much picked the same players throughout the top 8. Amazing was just a random.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Probably was
has
not
an
sick
8.
anymore.
I believe.
Hey, wait.
You don't believe in
calling it now.
Dardoch?
Rush is going to be like
You
top
put in
4.
Amazing over Dardoch.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you now, Rush is going to have a very good week because I'm benching Rush. Therefore,
Well,
Rush is
Rush
going
at 3.
I think I had extra faith in Dardoch because I watched his post-game interview. I'm like, I like this kid. He's shot calling. That means he's gonna be involved every time. And if he's gonna be involved, that
Wait,
means
well,
he
like,
has
okay.
kill participation.
Even Wright only has Dardoch at 8.
Okay,
Well-
C9 is playing.
well, we know how
okay,
Riot
C9
likes
is
it.
playing Liquid this week.
They're playing TL, but that's like the one thing I'm not sure of because TL's also looking real good.
Okay, who's blue side? So, AKA, who's gonna first pick Lee Sin?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see.
Anyways, in the
TL
meantime,
is blue side, I think.
who?
Okay.
TL is blue side, I think.
TL is
I believe in Origin next week. I think Origin is going to do well next week.
Origin.
Yeah, because they get to face Giants.
Are they gonna have xPeke
I think
still?
they're going to do well against Fnatic, though.
Well, let's
Who cares?
speaking of xPeke, let's move over to mid lane. Mid lane, let's go.
We pretty much everyone consensus Nuke Duck number 1. There was a little deviation at 2, but we have Pole Belter at number 2. Dan and Z really believes in Pole Belter, while Max and I had him at 3. Ryu was 3rd overall, followed by Perks. No big surprises here. We have Jensen at 5. Z and I are the big believers in Jensen.
I'm a big believer in Phoenix.
What is it? We have Vivivin at 6. I believe in Vivivin. Apparently,
I like 2.
Max apparently really believes in Vivivin.
Max really
Has him at
believes in
number 2.
Vivivin.
He has it over Pole Belter. So like, you guys gotta remember, he has these really crazy picks right now. He has Vivivin over Pole
The
Belter.
reach.
You didn't even pick him up. You believe that he'll outscore your mid, and you didn't pick him up.
Whatever, I'm against 30 overall.
Holy shit.
No, my mid's Nuke Duck, by the way, so it's okay.
Oh.
We have Fenix at 7. We have Dan's the big believer pushing him up all the way to 7. And then we have a tie at 8 between Ninja and Hui. So that's perfect. So Z has that beautiful decision between Ninja and Hui.
I still don't know which one I want to field, but I'll field Ninja just for you, baby.
All right, thanks, man.
For some reason, I feel like Bjergsen's gonna
So,
have a good week. For some
I
reason.
don't.
I wouldn't
For
be
some reason,
surprised. TSM always
xPeke at
manages
8.
to do well in the hardest weeks.
Yeah, TSM always bounces back like randomly, so I would expect him to do well this week too.
No, not even randomly. They bounce back in like the absolutely most difficult weeks they have.
Yeah. I love how I see that.
Yeah,
I don't
most of
have-
TSM players are up for grabs, so someone can grab the entire TSM team if right now they wanted to.
Yeah, Doublelift is now a free agent.
Pretty much the entire TSM team is a free agent.
We should watch like our week 1 predictions and come back to this.
If xPeke was
Yeah.
available, I would drop Bjergsen for xPeke.
Yeah, I think the Dirty Hobo should pick up the entire TSM team.
Wait, I'm logging out of my. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, keep talking. I'm doing it.
Alright, moving on to AD carry. You have to keep power of
We
you.
have everyone's a believer in Emperor, but if 3 people have Emperor at 1, I have Emperor at 2. Pretty solid. People believe in G2. G2 has a pretty
That
easy
was a good
week
week.
coming up.
Yeah.
Everyone's a big believer on Yarnin as well. Vitality also has a pretty easy week. At 3, we have Wild Turtle, Immortals. It's hard to bet against them. I'm surprised
Doesn't
that
have an easy week.
I'm surprised people don't have him higher. I mean, they do have a tough matchup,
Because Adrian's
kind of,
better
against
than him.
TSM, but TSM's moving so awful.
Adrian
I
is better
think
than
we're
Wild
probably
Turtle.
going to regret not putting Wild Turtle higher.
Nah.
But at 4, we have Forgiven. Wasn't long before we were talking about him not playing in LCS, and now he's still sitting there at 4th.
If anybody dropped him because they watched our
Sneaky.
podcast, sorry. But I'm pretty sure Max said that he was going to
Well,
hang
no,
on to
no,
him just
no,
because.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
We
Forgiven?
said we were going to
Yeah,
hang on
Forgiven.
to him until it was
Yeah.
official.
Max believed, and he said, I'm not going to drop him until I hear something official. So you can't blame us if
Well,
he
I
drops
still have him.
Forgiven.
There we go.
Exactly. Do not blame us if he
Yeah, but the
drops
coach was
Forgiven.
talking like he was gone.
Forgiven.
No, probably was just saying we're
Like
working
the coach
on
was
it.
already talking about replacing him.
Probably?
No,
I
there was
should
an
have
interview he was
fine.
talking about moving on. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still going to be here for
yeah,
next
yeah,
week, so it's
that's
okay.
You have to prep.
That,
Probably is a
their
genius.
interviews
No,
and
he
stuff
made it
that
sound like he
because
was
they were
gone.
already
Probably
They
is
were
the
already so
MVP.
triggered earlier this season by losing for you that they were just kind of like, whatever, fuck it. After they were like, oh, we're going to lose Forgiven now.
Probably is a
Okay,
MVP
so we
at
have,
H2K.
We have Sneaky at 5. I mean, that's pretty close. Cloud9 has been doing pretty well, and he's been scoring pretty good.
Mhm.
Cloud9 and Team Liquid is probably like the most up in the air top team for the last week, I think.
Speaking of Team Liquid, we have Piglet at 6. I'm not a big Piglet fan, but apparently everybody else is.
Yo. Former world champion.
Former Korean,
Keyword is
Korean
former.
champion.
So is Impact, right? I
Yeah.
don't even know what Team Impact's on.
So at 7, we have Steelback.
Yeah, Steelback, yeah.
I don't know how we're still so high on Steelback when URL is like absolutely like trash.
He's
I'm not high on
consistent.
Steelback.
He's consistent.
I'm pretty low.
But they're
on
gonna have
Steelback.
such a
Yeah,
tough
that
week.
is- that
They're
is
gonna get
true,
murdered
though.
next week.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna get absolutely slaughtered.
They'll get
You think
slaughtered, but
UOL in
Steelback will
its
still do
current
good.
state? You think
He has to get kills.
Steelback-
Like, who's gonna help him get any kills?
I don't know, he'll just do it on his own while his team dies.
So we have
his
Reckless
current
at 8.
state is going to get
So people
solo
believe
kills on
Fnatic?
H2K and G2.
Who's he gonna kill? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Not gonna happen, man.
I'm just gonna call out Max on his Ven pick.
Whatever. I'm against the Dirty Hole next week.
With a random 6 8
So I think I mean, at least Stixay is playing on a good team.
I think CLG just had a bad week, that's all. So that's why I believe in Stixay still.
So, you know,
You're making me want to
Freeze
feel
is there.
silly
We have,
again.
so jumping to support, another consensus Adrian going on right here.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Scored 50 points last week.
Yeah,
No reason not to believe.
Riot loves Kasing. this is not the first time we've seen this, right?
No.
I
Every
think for
other
the
week,
first,
he's like number
4
one.
weeks, every week for the first 4 weeks, they like put Kasing at like 30 something points estimated, and every week he scored like 12.
Well, to be fair, it's tied. Him and Adrian are tied at 39, according to Riot.
They love Kasing.
He might do well. I'm not as confident in Kasing always scoring highly as I am in Adrian always scoring highly.
Right. Adrian has been solid all the way through, so you can't go against that.
Do you think this week we're gonna see someone ban Soraka, ban Janna, and then pick Braum against Adrian, and watch him play like a Les Baby City champion?
I highly doubt it, because that then you're just letting Rainover, Huni, and Walter do whatever the fuck they want. They're pro Walter.
They always do whatever the fuck they want.
I know, but it's easier to make things more difficult for them.
No.
Force them into a
imagine
pick.
this, okay? Imagine this, okay? You ban Soraka, you ban Jenna, you ban Lulu, and then you first pick Braum, and then Adrian just plays like Thresh. Or something.
I was gonna say Thresh too.
I think it'll still be fine.
Could you imagine? All of a sudden, it's like,
That would be hilarious if it happened.
this is my secret weapon, actually. Yeah, he can still get a lot of assists with Thresh. Just throw in a lantern.
Yeah,
Right,
there's no
I got
point
correct
fighting about
mistake.
Adrian.
I accidentally put Afromu at 3rd when he's supposed to be at 5. There
Last
we go.
minute
I'm just gonna fix
adjustments.
that.
Everyone believes
There you
Vander
go.
now
That was
too.
my mistake. Yeah, Vander's at 3.
After his amazing
I mean,
Thresh hooks.
H2K should have a decent week, so why not?
Yeah.
Vander usually scores pretty well as well. High, I still believe in him high, even though he did only average last week. I don't have the balls to put him at 1 anymore. He disappointed me.
Wait, how is Kasing not where High is? Kasing should be 4th.
What the? I don't know what happened. I think everything's all messed up.
I think it's to bump everyone down one.
Okay, let me try to fix this.
So it should be Kasing, High, Afromu, Matt, and Yellow Star is not in. Why is Yellow Star in there?
Yo, Dan, check your fantasy
You know
league.
what?
I propose do a
Honestly-
trade.
You proposed me a
Dan.
trade. I'll check in a sec.
Honestly, Dan, when I was sitting there looking at who I was going to put as my top 8, I could not think of a number 8 for support. I'm like, after that, they're all bad.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I was
like,
pretty stuck there too.
I don't know. I'm gonna hope that TSM pulls himself out of a gutter or something. Like, crawls themselves out of a hole, and Yellowstar maybe will get something.
I kind of just want to leave that last spot empty because who knows who's going to do well. I think whoever like randomly pulls out even if a bit of an upset or even has a longer game than usual is going to get that 8th place.
Okay, so correction. Adrian at 1, Hybrid at 2, Kasing at 3, Vander at 4, High at 5, Afromu at 6, Matt at 7, and Hillsang at 8.
I can see that.
I think I got tired when I got to support. I fucked everything up.
Man,
Alright, it's done. I have a full TSM team.
nice.
I have xPeke. Yes. Okay, so
Yo, the dirty hole
teams...
looks pretty stacked right now.
Aw, you should have kept xPeke and dropped Power Evil, the complete thing.
No. Dan
well.
wanted to trade for Power Evo. I mean, xPeke.
Okay, whatever. It's alright.
Alright, so teams. Top 8 teams.
Number one, Vitality. Everyone was a believer. For some reason,
They also have like the
We have-
easiest.
See? Do you notice how I
we somehow
believe
got
in
a
the
tie
team?
between G2 and Immortal.
I believe in the team, not the players.
Let's hope they don't
Okay.
destroy people so quickly, like you two.
Yeah, that could be a problem if they dumpster people too fast. But it's pretty standard. Vitality, G2, Immortal tied at Vitality at 1 and then G2 Immortal tied at 2.
Put H2K.
Fourth we have H2K. H2K is supposed to have an easy week. Surprisingly, we all believed at CLG at 5.
And to
CLG
C9.
C9.
C9 at 6. C9 and CLG, we all have a consensus randomly at 5 and 6. Out of nowhere, Dan believes in Renegade at 7, but overall, we believe in Team Liquid at 7.
Come on,
Why don't you
Renegades!
believe in Renegades at 7?
I think it was their
Why
matchup.
don't you believe in Renegades at 7?
I think
Their
it's their
matchup
match.
is Team Impulse and Echo Fox.
Yeah.
They could do it. I can see it. They could do it.
Why
I mean,
not?
Dude, I'm fielding all
I
of
guess.
Renegades right now. Don't say this to me.
I
do you want
believe
me
in
to give you the team
Renegades.
as well?
Then we have Fnatic at 8.
I believe Renegades are gonna win both of their matches.
I believe in Fnatic. I believe in
Fnatic
Fnatic
is
more than I
okay.
believe in Renegade.
And then,
Renegades has a piss easy week.
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid at 7, that's okay.
Yeah.
They have a decent week coming up.
Trust me.
I think TL and C9 can like replace each other at any point depending on how their game goes against each other.
Hmm.
Because it's like pretty, like it's not unlikely that TL will beat C9 or vice versa, right?
Yeah,
Like, that could go
it's
either
definitely
way.
possible.
And that's probably the most even matchup we have all of next week.
Yes. I would
Like
say so,
everything
too.
else is good teams versus bad teams.
Yeah. I was thinking of the exact same thing, because when I was looking at C9, I put C9 in, and after I was like, TL, I was like, oh yeah, TL, and I was like, oh shit. But TL and C9 are playing against each other. That's the biggest factor. And I just decided that
Right.
C9 is probably going to be TL. So,
Yeah.
but
Like what other kind of close matches do we have next week? Next week, close matches we have. We had Fnatic and Origin, which is pretty close in the middle of the league, right?
yeah.
And then we've got like what Energy and CLG. If Energy plays well, like if they play like they did
I'm not a
this
believer.
week, and CLG play like they did this week, maybe.
Oh
everything,
yeah, sure.
everything else is a good team against a bad team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Renegades.
easy matchups coming up.
Trust me, watch it. Renegades in the top 8.
Body's ready.
I believe. I'm.
I don't.
We're so knee-jerk
Dan-
bandwagon.
No, it's all Seraph. I totally believe in Seraph. I believe Seraph's gonna carry Renegades.
Yo, Seraph Ninja
I don't
fans.
think so, man.
I had him in my league.
You're in for some
Where-
disappointment.
I had him in my team earlier in the season. I dropped him, and now I have him back.
Okay. You know what my my train of thought is right now? So we have 1 week left, right? I'm tied with Dan at 6 wins, 2 losses, but you're ahead by points, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Right.
So the idea is that I either pick Renegades and absolutely crush it and go absolutely massive, or I'm going to probably lose to Dan either way. Unless you lose to...
No, I have a free win.
Michael's dead
Yeah.
body. Which is not gonna happen.
No,
Which is not going to happen, right?
Yeah, I have
Oh
a
man,
free
I need
win.
to get Michael to trade me the actual TSM team too.
Good luck with
I'm
that.
gonna send him a text.
Dude,
Okay, so
dude I will log on to his account to make the trade for you.
all right, so I guess we're done with the week 9 projections and predictions. let's go into what happened with our league over the last week. With the results, I'll start with, I guess, the winners and losers. Coming from behind, that's my team. I got a free win against the Dirty Hobo. Easily, 268.41 against 79.62. We have Oprah Winfrey beating the Yellow Star Pickups, which is Max's new team. New team name. I actually like this team name. Actually, it's pretty funny.
Man, I lost this week myself. It was like kudos to Randy for like beating me, but then like this was definitely a loss on like my decision making.
That's
If
been
I
the
didn't
story
change my
of your
team
team.
from last week, I would have beaten Randy this week.
That's been the story of your split.
Yeah.
Putting in the wrong
Try to make
guy.
smart picks and it just bites me in the ass.
We have Timo Sucks beating.
Don't
Fuck
feel bad.
You.
I scored the highest last week.
Surprisingly, Zisha's team didn't score too well.
Yeah,
I was
it's pretty
expecting
low
higher
score.
points, but actually it's not too bad. Everyone is not scoring crazy either.
It's because I fielded balls. I fielded balls in double lift. And also
Oh, yeah.
Huki didn't score so high.
Oh yeah. So yeah, those
Well,
are the
Turtle is doing
results.
all his powers to carry your team.
Those are the results of last week. For guys that either did really good or really bad for us, for my team, I was really impressed with the G2 team. Got me 37 points overall. And of course, Adrian, the highest scoring guy on my team with 50.96 points, just carried me. Then we're moving over to Oprah Winfrey's team.
Emperor did well.
Immortals all
44.
50
Steel
points.
back. Went 0-2 and still broke 40. Ranover was huge. Broke 50. Jensen did okay. He got 39. No one really disappointed me besides maybe High. I wanted High to score a lot higher.
He did better than Kikus. That's pretty good for
Yeah,
a support.
Kiki should have done better, but I'm not too upset.
What about Max, your team? What do you have to say?
Let's see. First of all, Yellow Star Pickups is like a pun on one of my favorite bands, which the band's called Silver Sun Pickups.
Silver Sun Pickups?
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, let's see. I was like, should I start Rush or should I start Shook? It's like, I think Rush is playing with C9, which is the Bloodbath team, and like, Nuke Duck is, Vitality is like, they're playing safe, and then they're not the high scoring, and then G2 is playing a lot safer as well, so maybe I think I'm going to take Rush, and then Rush scores nothing. And I was like, TSM went on a hyperbolic time chamber in IEM, and they did look like they were doing pretty well. They're up against TIP and Renegades. It's probably an easy week, so I think I'm going to pick Renegades over Kasing. And I have a feeling like Vitality is not going to score that well. So you know what? I'm just going to take a chance of TSM. Bad idea. If I had both Kasing,
You know what? You fell into the bait of expecting TSM to do well in a best of one after you saw their best of three performances.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I didn't believe. I dropped Yellow Star like he was like the sun. It was too hot for me.
I was the first one to drop Yellow Star.
And then I followed suit. I was like, yo, this is the biggest bait. I'm out.
Yeah,
Yellow
but
Star is
so
weird.
if I had both Shook, if I had Shook and never had Kasing, I would have beaten Randy this week. But that was due to my own stupidity that I lost, and it's okay. Out of the 4 people that are actually playing this fantasy league, I am probably 4th place, so I've technically lost, not counting people that kind of like dropped out.
No, I'm 4th out of 4th.
I
You
think-
outscored me still.
I think Yellow Star, to be honest, has been the biggest disappointment in the entire fantasy LCS. Would you guys
Yeah.
agree on that?
I would agree.
Yeah, they didn't bring Yellow Star in to be like a strong mechanical player. They brought him in for shot calling, so I didn't expect him to score like tremendous amount of points.
But he's laning with double lift, which should automatically get him
I
points.
expected him Yeah, I
But
expected them to have decent lanes to make big vision and roam plays in which Yellow Stars should always be involved.
And
that doesn't happen. They just ran around all split like headless chickens.
at the same time, Doublelift has been really disappointing considering he was the top player in fantasy.
No, take a step back. TSM has been disappointing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even
Yes,
Bjergsen.
all of
Definitely
TSM.
have still been
Bjergsen.
scoring like 30-something points most weeks.
Bjergsen was my first pick. No, I lied. Was it? Yeah, he was. He was. I just traded him for xPeke. I just traded my first pick for xPeke.
Yo, at least you didn't have to drop him after week 1. I didn't drop Sven after week 1. He was so awful on
Yo,
Origen.
Zisha, log on to Michael's account and trade me Yellow Star. I mean, trade me the TSM team.
You know who else is a pretty big disappointment? Soaz.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty disappointed in Soaz.
I never
All
believed
right.
in
You
it.
wanna go to ads and drops?
Adds and drops. Well, actually, we'll do the current standings right now first. So basically, yeah, last place, Dirty Hobo, of course. 5th place, team Fuck You. 4th place, Yellow Star Pickups. 3rd place, Oprah Wind Fury. 5 threes.
Yeah.
5 wins, 3 losses. And then Timo Sucks, which is 6 wins, 2 losses, which is kind of tied with me at 1st place. 6 wins, 2 losses coming from behind. But I'm ahead because of the points. So yeah, let's get into the ads and drops. What did you guys do this week to prep for week 9?
I picked up Renegades. I picked up Ninja.
I jumped
and
off
Freeze.
the UOL bandwagon really fast. I dropped Steel Back for Yargan.
fast.
If
I
you're
wouldn't
just
call it
jumping
really
off, then
fast.
you're pretty slow already.
Yeah. This is the last week.
Well,
This is the last possible.
Steel Back
opponent
still got me
having-
41 points. That's why I had to hold on. He still got me 41. I could get mad. But then I no longer believe that he can do anything in the last week, even as good as he is, against 2 tough teams. I don't think he can pull out another 40-point week for me. Like, Steelback is definitely the best
Well,
player
it's
on
too late to
UOL.
lose faith. Just gotta ride it out.
No, I'm done. I dropped C19 for Aframu. I actually don't know which support I'm going to start, Aframu or High. I dropped Fox. I haven't even played Fox in a while. He's just been rotting my bench. So I picked up Ebevin instead. So there's so much fire on that URL bandwagon. I just dropped Fox because I don't want him contaminating my team with this shit. I had to purge my team of URL.
And to be fair, Fox is
And I had to drop Hunts there.
yeah. To be fair, Fox has not been doing well out of the UL players. So
No, that's why he was riding the bench. But with the purge, I got rid of Hunter because he's from TSM. And I can't have TSM players on my team. Just in case. In case they pollute my team. So I dropped him and picked up Gamzu. I'm not gonna even play Gamzu. I just didn't want Hunter on my team.
that's pretty much it for you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go on to mine. Like I mentioned earlier, I dropped UOL for Gamsu, and then I immediately dropped Gamsu for Seraph, and Seraph is now in my starting lineup over Vizichachi. And then in the middle of this podcast, I traded Bjergsen for xPeke. Yeah, my team's pretty solid.
Is xPeke gonna play next week?
I don't even know. But Bjergsen wasn't going to be in my
No,
lineup
you're
anyways.
playing FU. Well, you have a pretty big points lead over. I mean, projected points lead over Fuck You, so you should be okay.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about him at all. Yeah, I'm not concerned about this team.
Savage.
Alright, who else made changes?
For my main team, I basically unbenched everyone from Vitality, which is what I should have done last time. I traded away Yellow Star So okay, despite my team name, I traded away Yellow Star so I could complete the Exodia on the Dirty Hobo. So now the Dirty Hobo has all 5 members from TSM plus Power of Evil. And then I'm also trading for the Heart of the Card, which is the TSM, the team, and I'm gonna text Michael to get him to trade it to me. So next week, I'm actually fielding the entirety of the TSM team plus Power of Evil, and then let's see if they can beat my main team. They're projected to get 205 points before TSM the team. But TSM is slated to score as much as Renegades, so yeah, it's gonna be 205. So yeah.
Alright.
It's happening. It's happening. Watch them all drop 60 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I would laugh so hard if they all drop like 60 out of nowhere.
Yeah, if I actually
Imagine
lose to the
this.
Dirty... I won't even be mad if I lose to the Dirty Hobo this week.
Next week we load. Saturday comes around, we load into the game TSM versus Immortals,
Is
and
that the
it's an
first game?
80-minute game.
Yeah.
That's his third game.
Oh yeah, shit.
Third game of the day.
But it's Saturday. It's day
Yeah.
1.
Alright.
They TSM Immortals goes to like 80 minutes. There's like 35 kills on each side. Double lift or whatever is like
Guess Penta.
20 and 0. Like 3 people on their team get pentakills.
2 pentas by double.
I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad if I lose that way. I won't even be mad. I lost fair and square. But with that said, it's like out of the 4 of us, I have the least wins. So like technically, not
Pretty much.
counting the Dirty Hobo and Michael,
Yeah.
I've like lost the season.
Pretty much. Zisha, what did you do for your team this week? What kind of changes did you make?
Well, alright.
Well,
so
your
my
match with
changes
Randy
that
is just the
happened-
most important one, because it's gonna
Yeah.
decide second and third place, and potentially, if you somehow beat me in points as well, if you win, you could be in first.
Yeah. Well, how many points am I behind you?
It's just close to
I
5.
don't think I can take
300
second place.
points.
I would have to like beat Z by like 30 points to take second place.
Yeah, and I
I'm
would
like
have to,
75
is-
points behind
and
you.
then I would have to lose to Michael.
By like
in
70
order for you
points.
to get to first, and you had to beat me in points.
Like I'm pretty much
So
staying in
here's the
third.
thing. Here's the thing. If I lose to Randy, but I lose to Randy by less than like 30 points, I still beat him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you still be second. So it's unlikely that we're really gonna move the order at all.
Well, here's the possibilities. The possibilities are Dan somehow loses, unlikely, but the possibility is Renegades completely goes off,
Believe.
or Renegades completely flops, in which case I can move to first or third.
I guess.
But I have
So
Seraph as
it's
well.
all
too.
on Frieza Ninja. It's all on Frieza Ninja.
You should have went and got Zeref too. That's what you need to do.
Right now.
You just
No,
steal
no,
Zeref
that's
from
awesome.
Dan.
I have to keep Seraph.
Can I even field 3 people from the same team?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at me.
I guess I can.
Yeah.
I guess
I
I
have
can.
Exodia.
Hey, Dan.
No, I'm not trading Seraph.
Uh,
Did you see UOL's matchups next week? Chachi's gonna get shit on.
dude, you don't want to trade Sarah for Cabo?
Oh, for Cabo.
Hey. I'll trade you Huni for Cabo, and then I'll trade. No, I'll trade you Huni for Seraph, and then I'll trade Zisha Cabo for Seraph, so I can form the other Exodia with Vitality.
Nah.
You can't, 'cause I have your name.
Probably just.
Hey,
gonna
do you
hold on
want
to
Forgiven?
Cabo.
Do you want Sneaky or Forgiven?
No. No. I believe in Yarnin.
What? No, but I want like Exodia.
That's hilarious.
No, I'm not giving away Cabo. Cabo's like my only non-disappointment top laner that I've played this entire split.
Yeah, I don't mind keeping Seraph either. I'm okay with it.
You sure you don't want Forgiven and Sneaky?
For who?
I'm
Emperor?
okay.
Do you want Piglet?
No, for,
I'll give you
Harden.
Piglet for Emperor. I'll make Team G too.
Yeah.
Out of all of those, the only one I'd do would be Forgiven.
Okay, Zisha. Let's put it this way. If I can pry Hjarnan from Randy, I'll trade you Huni for Cabo straight up.
Ooh,
Maybe.
that's a,
Okay, and I'll also trade you HDK for Vitality. You know HDK scores well.
Vitality scores really
I
good.
have Vitality.
I know. I'll trade you HDK for Vitality. Vitality
I
is
don't like
HDK is an easy week.
Vitality has
I believe in Vitality. I believe.
This guy doesn't want me to have 2 Exodias.
No, I don't. I believe.
I'm not even
Oh.
facing you, man.
I need
so-
the points. I need the points.
So basically, you guys
Randy
can see
needs,
that next week the matchups are pretty much me versus Michael. Obviously, his team is shit. I'm gonna shit on him. I'm gonna shit on his chest all day long.
Man.
Max is facing.
You know what?
himself.
Following this week's plethora of upsets and ridiculous things happening, I'm just imagining you losing to Mike now.
I have Michael as my jungler. Look at him. It's Michael as my jungler. The next matchup we have is the Dirty Hobo versus Max, which is pretty much him versus himself.
Blame it myself.
Yeah, I don't know how much shit talking you're gonna do to yourself. The biggest match of the week, Zisha versus Randy, Timo Sucks versus Oprah Wind Fury. What do you guys got to say to each other? Or do you guys
I'm going for 6 in a row.
He's gonna go.
6 in a
I'm
row?
going for 6 in a row. We're end strong.
No, you should go for Oprah Wind Fury.
Zisha, you only lost to me
No
so
more
far,
free
right?
wins.
Yeah.
No, I've lost.
Zisha's
only
only
lost
lost,
again.
to me.
I
I've only lost to
honestly
Max.
don't know how this is go because I fielded a bunch of Renegades players.
I believe. You're gonna do well. Look,
It could happen.
what teams are they facing?
It could happen.
You have Echo Fox and Team Impulse. Who's the? Okay, Freeze is gonna be
could
All
happen.
Tech. Freeze is gonna be All Tech, and who's the Echo Fox? Keith. Freeze is gonna be Keith.
Keith.
I think Renegades has a chance. If they play like this, they play this week, they have a chance to beat both of them.
Ninja's gonna have a tougher
I mean, he
time.
has a chance to score 40.
Ninja's gonna have a tougher time, but I predict he'll do better in the team fight.
Should I keep in Ninja or should I put in Huki? Because that's who I had before,
I don't like Hui.
and I still have him on my bench.
I say
Huki would probably be the smarter.
Hey, they're playing Energy and Dignitas.
you gotta.
It might
take
be
some
like
risks.
long drawn out games, Dignitas style.
Dignitas might be the key. Dignitas might be the key.
All right, Randy.
They're gonna
Randy,
unlock all
I'm
the points.
facing you. I'm facing you, Randy. Who should I field over between Huki and what's his face and Ninja?
If you ask me, I think I'm more scared of Hui because they get to face Dignitas.
Alright.
Dignitas is gonna unleash all the points.
I'm fielding Huki then.
Oh shit!
But seriously, Dignitas is unleashing all the points.
You know what I'm absolutely afraid of right now? Is CLG just randomly losing to energy,
Oh, they would.
right?
They
It's-
totally would.
We can definitely see
That's
it.
what I'm
like,
afraid of. I'm afraid of GVM's like, oh man, I forgot how fun it is to play a champion that gets kills. And they just keep on doing this, like Poppy Top, GVM on like Zed, and just like wrecking everybody.
Hey, Zisha, do you want Sneaky, Forgiven, and Huni for Cabal?
Sneaky, Forgiven, and who
Stop it, Max. Calm down.
I need my Exodia.
Anyways, let's
No,
wrap
thanks.
this up, guys. That's pretty much
Okay.
that's pretty much the week. We go to shoutouts, I guess, if anybody has them. I think Randy has some
I
stuff to
think
say.
the most exciting match next week, TSM versus Immortals, will be the complete collapse of TSM. There will be no upset. TSM will get stomped to the ground, and all the TSM fanboys and fangirls could die inside. And shout out to my team,
You know
5 months in a
what?
row.
If you're a TSM fanboy and you haven't already died inside, man, that's you're made of some pretty tough stuff.
If you guys have been
Yeah.
watching the games, even the TSM chants have been hesitant. It's like
Yeah, it's like
TSM?
Yes.
TSM?
Yes, free S, free SM.
It's like, am I the only one chanting? Yeah.
Like TSM went from Bjergsen and 4 wards to just like 5 wards.
Next thing you know, Reggie's gonna sub in again. Making these stupid
Oh my
predictions.
God. That's how they're gonna
Yo,
win this.
I'm calling it
TSM
now. Reggie's gonna they're gonna bench. They're gonna bench Svenskeren. They're gonna move Bjergsen over to jungle.
Oddrun
And
is
then
gonna come
Reggie's
in.
gonna start in mid lane. Yeah, Reggie's gonna start in mid lane, and then in off season he pulls some miraculous strings and he gets Faker.
Oh, I don't know about
I don't
that.
think so.
Will Faker ever leave SKT?
I don't think Faker wants to. Why would
know what's-
Faker want to come to North America?
You know what's an even more likely situation? Yellow Star gets traded for X Special. Come on, how great
Yo,
would
I
that
thought
be?
that was gonna happen. I thought
I can-
TSM X Special could have been a thing in the off season.
Yeah.
You
Except
know what?
for the fact that
I can see it.
X Special and Reggie do not get along. But,
No, they get along now. They get along now.
oh yeah, do they?
Yeah.
Come on, X Special. He's a good shot caller too. X Special. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody else has
what if
any
X Special
shoutouts?
doesn't get into LCS?
I want to give a shout out to Michael. I hope he. Well, I texted him, but he needs to trade me TSM the team for the heart of the cards, so I can complete my Exodia for TSM. I'm Dirty Hobo.
All right.
Did he approve it or did you just go through it?
Shoutouts to Shoutouts to TSM getting stomped, X Special not making it into LCS, X Special joining TSM, Yellow Star going back to Europe and joining Fnatic,
They do
That'd
need
be
the
interesting.
support.
and next split being completely different.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, that's a wrap. Randy, close us out.
Alright, thank you for watching this week's episode of All.In Fantasy LCS podcast. Tell us what you liked and what you didn't in the comment section below. Click the thumbs up button and share this video with your family and friends. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so that you can queue up with us every Monday night.
No one wants to queue with us. We're all bronze.
I'm the only bronze.
Alright, yeah,
You
subscription
guys all
button
play
right
all
over
of
here.
it.
Alright, so yeah, peace out
I'm
guys.
9 games into my placements.
Thanks
Okay,
for the
depending on the gold skin this season, I might try for gold again.
Alright, bye guys. Thanks for the carries.
Peace.